because stream number one was tripping, so I had to come back. Where we left off, of course, is Avengers Infinity War. And while I wait for everybody to jump back into, of course, the chat and everything, because streams be tripping sometimes, guys. Streams just be tripping. So, the biggest thing about me as far as when it comes to just Marvel and Avengers Infinity War is that they know their characters. When you know your characters, you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you know who Captain America is, when you know who Spider-Man is, or when you know who T'Challa is, when you know who any one of the Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, when you know your characters and who they are and how they would react or act in situations, it makes making your movie so much easier, because they can put, that's why they were able to, okay, I guess I can't say that because we're staying spoiler free. All right, that's just, that's why you're able to handle your characters in a multitude of ways, and they always seem natural. These movies always seem, they don't seem like they're forced. They don't seem like they're rushed. They don't seem like they're kind of just to fill or check a box. These movies feel like, hey, these are movies they want to make, of course, to make money, but they're not. It doesn't have the feel of a Spider-Man 3. None of these movies do. So I like that Avengers Infinity War just really drives home the point that Marvel knows who their characters are, Marvel knows who they are, Marvel knows what they want to make, and Marvel knows who their fans are and what their fans want and what their fans expect. And they know when to align with that expectation, and they know when to say, you know what? We know what you want, but we're going to throw a little other flavor on there because this flavor is good, you just don't know about it. So they have done an amazing job, an awesome job of being able to just, really drive home the relatability, the believability of these people facing these situations. So yeah, I think that's what I'd say as far as, Avengers Infinity War. And for everybody that, got dropped from the stream because streams be tripping, I apologize. Sometimes streams be tripping, and I don't know why. You don't know why. None of us know why. But thanks for rolling back. Right now, I'm going to get into some TV shows that I'm watching. That can be TV shows that are anime, TV shows that are, live action, whatever. Whatever you're watching, holla at me. Let me know what you're watching too. And let's get it going. I'm going to start with kind of like I guess you could say the kind of like your basic kind of like, I guess, expected shows to watch, which would be the CW heroes. So, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. Let's see, Infinity War is diverging from the canon of the comics. Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't read the comics right before the movies. I don't mind that Marvel is diverging from the comics. I think they should. Because everything on the page doesn't work on screen. And also, you have to give people that read comics something to be wowed or excited by or surprised by. Because if someone can come in from the comics and be like, oh, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4 for your whole movie, it's not going to be interesting for them. So I do think you need to take creative license and change things here or there to make it work for a movie, to make it work for, budgets or whatever that might be. Also to keep it fresh for everybody in the theater. Because there's been a lot that, Marvel has taken from like either Ultimates or they've taken from 616, like old canon, and kind of brushed up. There's stuff that they've taken from brand new, like Ta-Nehisi Coates for Black Panther. So there's a lot of things that they've interwoven, but they've done, out of 18 movies, man, in 10 years, they have done a great job of making sure that they're able to keep enough of the core from the fans, as well as give something new for brand new movie watchers to come in and see and enjoy. So yeah, I think that's where they've struck a good chord, and I don't mind them diverging from the comics, because when they diverge from the comics, they do a good job. You know, as Marvel is a great case study in knowing what you want and knowing who you are as a studio. They're a great case study. Unfortunately, there's some other studios that we could name that are not doing as well. But I think if they realize what they want, and you know what, there's no reason to sugarcoat it. DC has been having some troubles. But I think if DC were to sit back, and I know money is involved, but if DC was able to be like, okay, cool, we're going to shut down for 6 months, and we're going to sit, we're going to figure out what we want. What do we want as a studio? What is the story that we want to tell? You know what I'm saying? What is the journey that we want to take our viewers on? What are the pitfalls and the storylines and the heartaches and the drama that we want to take these characters through? Figure those things out and then go shoot. Because there's been so much news from DC about things that are and aren't happening, and it's a shame, because I love Justice League. Even the Justice League movie, I gave it 5 stars because I'm able, and I know people are going to be mad at this, but Justice League spoke to the 9-year-old in me. Justice League gave me so much cool stuff. Now, if you put on your Neil deGrasse Tyson hat and you start asking questions about all these things, yes, you are going to rip that movie to shreds. But if you go in there and you're just like, yo, it is so cool to see them all together. It is cool to see the Flash race Superman. It is cool to see the battles, centuries ago with Green Lanterns and stuff. There's a lot in there to love. But I still think they need someone with a vision for what they want to do. So yeah, that's how I feel about Marvel diverging from the comics. Stepping away from the comics is always a good thing, if you know what you're doing, or if you know what you want to be. And in this case, Marvel does. So yeah, that's cool. I wanted to get into some shows. So whatever you guys are watching, let me know what you're watching. We can go in and get into that. Supergirl, I was going to start off with that. That's probably my least favorite. And it's weird because it used to be my favorite. Like, Supergirl used to be the hottest joint, and I was really loving it in the first season, but it just feels like we've been bogged down by a lot of drama with her sister. Either her relationship with her sister or her sister's relationship with her girlfriend. And I would prefer they just let them get married and we can move on. Or let them not get married and we can move on. But I'm not interested in seeing her sister. The show is called Supergirl, not Supergirl's sister. Now, I understand that Supergirl has relationships with different people. I'm not going to act like she doesn't. But I'm also not here to let that kind of, I guess, interfere, if that's a good word, interfere with the main story of dealing with Kara and all that good stuff. Because Kara's dope, man. I want to see Kara fight dope people. You know what I'm saying? Like when she fought old girl at the mid-season finale, when she got beat up and she was punched into the ground. That's the stuff I want to see. You know what I mean? I want to see her overcome those things. I don't want to see Supergirl get beat up all the time. But I want to see her overcome those challenges, those types of things. I'm not interested in, the Supergirl Cisco, his relationships. I'm not interested in her sister's relationships. I'm interested in Martian Manhunter, but only in what he's doing to push the story forward. So yeah, Miss Martian, Martian Manhunter, I'm into that. But her sister, I'm just not interested in. A curveball that you guys might not think I watched because I won't talk about it a lot is iZombie. It's one of those shows that I really dug when it first came out, and it's just stuck. It's just stuck with me, man. It's fun. I think seeing a new character every episode is always interesting. And seeing Liv be that old rich lady, like about 4 episodes back or 3 episodes back, something like that. That just had me dying. So I love Liv. I love, you know what? That's a show where I don't mind the outside relationships. I guess because they don't spend a lot of time on them. So that's something that I don't mind. Moving on, we got Arrow, which I think this season has been better than last season. I still think this season has a few too many heroes for my taste. But it might also be because they're not handling them as well as I think they could. Mr. Terrific is just, man, it's a missed opportunity, boy. But anyway, the villain this year, and I'm trying to think of his name, is escaping me. But the villain this year is much better. I really like the idea of having kind of like the tech villain come through and then finding out that there's someone larger behind him. And also, the corruption. I love corruption stories. It worked great in Black Lightning. I think it's doing wonders for Arrow right now. The fact that the mob boss kind of has the cops, he has the politicians, so Arrow is on his own. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of by himself and there's no one there to help him out. So that's what I like about that show. I think it's getting a lot better than it was last year. Way better than it was last year. Let's see. And then, of course, the last one is, well, not the last, but the last one of the hero stuff is, of course, your boy Flash. See. Oh, thank you for All to Hear TV. Thank you. Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about Flash right now. Flash. You know what? I'll say this in the positive. I like the fact that this season of Flash has a villain that just isn't another fast guy. You know what I'm saying? I do like that. I like this season that we're seeing Iris be more than just kind of like sitting around. I do like the duality of Killer Frost. But Plastic Man, not really feeling him. Cisco, I'm down with. I've always been down with Cisco. It's tough, man. Plastic Man is not really hitting it like I thought he would. And it's not that I'm particularly against him. It's just, I don't know. It's something that I'm not feeling. But now he's gone because he's been taken over by the mastermind guy, the dude. I can't think of his name right now. But I do like him as a villain because he's someone different. He's someone who's amassing a crap ton of powers. He's someone who's just not, let me outrun this guy. So I'm digging the villain part, but I do think that Star Labs needs a deadbolt lock or a padlock or a punch-in key or something, a hand scanner, an iris scanner, something. Because, like, everybody just be walking up in that joint. Everybody knows who the Flash is, bruh. Like, yo, secret identity. Secret. Stay secret. But, I digress. It's his show. He could tell his identity whoever he wants. Then we got, of course, Supernatural, which I cover with Alexis Torres. Once again, I love Alexis Torres. She's great. She's wonderful. Love that girl. And it's been solid. It's been solid. These last 2 seasons, which are kind of like one big story, has been very solid. Because the dark days of Supernatural were probably season 7 through 11. Those are 5 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons, whatever it was. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 5 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Brother got to get his math up. Doing that new math. So, they were tough to watch. Because out of like a 22 episode season, season 8 might only have like 10 good episodes. So Supernatural was rough for years, man. Like 5 years of just being tough to watch. But if you look at it as a show, it's very similar to kind of like sports. You know how you have like those rebuilding years? Oh, snap, the Tick. Yeah, I haven't peeped the Tick. Because I don't have Amazon, but there's other ways for me to see that. So if there's ways. But the proper way is to get Amazon Prime and to watch the show. But there are avenues to see show. But yeah, I heard The Tick was good. I remember the animated series way back, and I really like that. So hopefully the show is good, man. Hopefully the show is real good. Because Amazon's been on the sneak. Amazon's been on the sneak with these shows. Like, I've heard Man in the High Tower is sick. They got some other joints that, like, you know, they're dabbling in original content. Yes, there are ways, Max. There are ways to see things. Oh, Alexis up in here. Alexis is my girl. You know, yo, on the real, Alexis, I actually thought of having you on the live stream, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to bother her, so I'm not going. I don't want to bother her. It's Saturday. I'm not going to bother her like that. I'm not going to get in her way. Let her have her Saturday. Oh man, thanks. But yes, guys, Alexis Torres is the bomb, and you should check us out on Supernatural After Show. If you watch Supernatural, even if you don't, it's still cool to see us hanging out. You hang out with us, all right? And you can kick it with Asmodeus and everybody else. Oh man. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. See, that's dope. See, helping your brother. This is right. See, Alexis is a good sister because she helps her brother. All right. If you got a brother, help him. All right. So yeah. You know, iZombie's cool. Arrow's getting better. Supernatural's reaching a new stride. Flash is rocky, but I do like the villain better this year than last year. Because last year was just, I was like, is this Future Barry? And like, I was like, man, they done did it again. But so that's how I feel about the CW stuff. I don't really watch any other stuff like Riverdale or anything like that. Even though I know those shows have their audience. Just I saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, it's probably not for me, yo. It's probably not for me. But you never know. I mean, I might watch Riverdale and be like, oh snap, Jughead. But so moving on, Blackish, I watched that. It's just, you know, it's good to have a black family show sitcom. And Grownish, I've been peeping that on the sneak tip too. I know Cloak and Dagger is coming soon. I need to check and see when. I know it's coming soon, like in a month or so. I want to make sure I check that out because I am intrigued by that. Blackish has always been funny to me. I feel like they get a lot of stuff done that I didn't think that you could get done at ABC. So that's surprising. Also, with Grownish, that's a lot that I didn't expect to see from a character that was kind of like wholesome while she was at home. But I guess they're showing that dichotomy of like, you know, when you're at home and when you start to transition to becoming your own adult, the decisions you make, the choices that you make, things of that nature. So yeah, I love those two shows. Lethal Weapon is another show that I dig. Lethal Weapon, even though, man, Riggs' hair, God, I cut it or grow it or cut it. You know, do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Star Drew, what's up, man? Oh yeah, Star Drew in the house. But it's the Riggs needs to just grow or cut the hair. It's killing me. But the show is fun. I have a lot of fun. You know, explosions. You know, people doing wacky stuff. But it's a lot of, you know, buddy cop comedy stuff that I enjoy because I grew up in the '90s. You know, I'm an '80s baby, so you know, buddy cop story, Tango Cash, Lethal Weapon. I can't think of the other one, but you know, just buddy cops, Rush Hour, stuff like that. Even Beverly Hills Cop. You know, stuff like that. You know, it's just. It takes me back, and I really enjoy it. So I think that's a dope show. Into the Badlands is back. Haven't watched that yet, but I don't know what is going on, son. Yo, the stream is tripping. I don't know why the stream is tripping. The stream is trying to stop your boy right now. You know what I'm saying? Your stream is trying to hate on your boy on a whole nother level right now. It's crazy. It's trying to fight the power. Oh man, but yeah, I'll probably be getting into some anime. If not anime, I'll probably be getting into just older shows that I need to catch up on. Yeah, yo, it's the feds, man. Feds be getting you, son. Like, yo, on the real, they heard me talking about seeing shows in multiple ways, and they was trying to get on me. But yeah, so into the Badlands, thinking about catching up on Legion because of course it's a short season. Catch up with that. I'm watching Atlanta. A big shout out to my reaction show that I do with Marquita, who is amazing, with Sade, who is amazing. Both of those girls are dope. They do their own their own filming, video production, all that good stuff under codename Creatives Next Door. They do a lot of short films and they've been winning awards. They've been crushing it. So just big shout out to them. And they're great to do the show with, man. Like, I love doing the show with them. Super fun. And yo, Sade is like a prophet, yo. She's like a prophet. Westworld. You know what? Westworld is a show that I really dug in the first season. And for some reason, around like episode 7 or something, I just fell off. And it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that, I don't know, I got busy or something. I can't remember what happened. But I was watching that. I was watching American Gods too. With Westworld in season 1, I fell off around the time that Tandy or Tandy, I think it's Tandy Newton, when she was realizing that she was real. She was realizing that she was fake. She was a robot. That's when I fell off because she was like, they took her in for maintenance or whatever, and she woke up, and so I remember that. So that's why I fell off. I remember that weird orgy scene. That was strange. I was like, what? But yeah, Westworld, I think is dope. I think it's very heady. And I was interested into it. I just don't know why I fell off. It wasn't that I didn't like the show, because I think the show was fresh. I guess I'll probably go back and try to pick up where I was, or maybe like an episode or 2 before where I was, and like catch up with all of it. Because I have like HBO Stars, all that good stuff. So, you know what I mean? Of course, to kind of see as much as I can, you know, bring it to you guys and we can talk about it. So yeah, Westworld, I haven't watched anything this season, but I really like it. I would never go to Westworld. But as you can see, the clientele that they have, you know who's interested in going to Westworld. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to just say that I ain't going to Westworld. All right? A whole bunch of weird robots and you might end up dead or something. I ain't taking no chances. I've seen Terminator. All right, I've seen it. I know how it goes down. You got a whole bunch of butt naked people in the basement. I ain't doing that. Nah, look, just show me a video of Westworld. All right, I'll see. Show, because if somebody's like, well, you know what? I'll take that back. I'll take all this back with this. With Star Wars Land or Star Wars World or whatever. Wakanda, yo, if you could go to Wakanda, boy, that'd be dope. Like, yeah, I was about to say, with them making the Star Wars joint where you can go and you're actually a character, and when you go over here, or if you go in Disney World, you'll still be able to be that same character in Star Wars lore. That does intrigue me. I'll admit, it does intrigue me because I love Star Wars. Or like, you know, of course, Wakanda. If they were like Wakanda World, I'd be down for it too. But I don't think Wakanda World be nice. It'd just be a whole bunch of chocolate sisters walking around in like rhinos and stuff, and brothers kicking it in the flyest, most illest of garments. And it wouldn't be the weird stuff that goes on in Westworld. But then I guess at the same time, you would come into the same problems with robots becoming self-aware, and that could be an issue. So other shows that I'm watching, let's see, covered Westworld, covered American Gods, which I think is dope. Oh, American Gods, big shout out to Ben from Fan Bros. They do their thing on the show. The show is, you know, killer fresh. What else is, that Dilla Beat is fresh right now. Yeah. What? Yeah. But there's a ton of shows, like, you know, like I said before, Dragon Ball Super in Part 1. So I'll probably start getting to some anime, catch up on that. And lastly, for the shows, I'll probably throw in an honorable mention for something like, I don't know, I guess something like, you know, like the Goldbergs or some like corny family thing. that I think is, has comedy to it. I did like Final Space. Final Space is something that caught me off guard. I think that's cool. And The Last OG, I've been enjoying it. There's a moment between Tiffany and her husband, and he's like, "Did you just say something?" And she's like, "Did you just say something?" Yo, Last OG has some moments. I think it could be better, but I think this is, just the first season jitters and kind of getting it out of there. But Last OG, oh boy, Last OG got some moments in it that has me. So yeah, man, those are the shows that I'm like digging, that I'm watching right now. I think I shouted out the women already. Let me know in the chat if I shouted out women already. I think I did. I can't remember if I shouted out all the ladies. I think I did. All the ladies that are killing. If I didn't, I'll shout them out again. Let's see. We got Marquita. We got Sade Sellers. So Marquita Lestar. Oh yeah, Rick and Morty. Yo, shout out to Rick and Morty. Yo, is Rick and Morty on hiatus right now? I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen any new episodes. I'm going to have to check because my notification hasn't shown me of new episodes. Maybe I'm just slipping. But yeah, Rick and Morty, straight dope. Way funnier than it has a right to be, and deeper than it has a right to be. Much deeper than it has a right to be. But for the ladies, Marquita Lestar, Sade Sellers, they're on my Atlanta reaction show. Super dope, wonderful women, smart as a whip, killing it, small films, all that. Then you got like Alexis Torres. That girl is just, man, Alexis is so dope, man. Straight up, love that girl. Alexis is dope. Joelle Monique, big shout out to her. Writer, host, all that good stuff. Danny Fernandez, kills it. Actress, host, all that stuff. Yolanda Mercado, killing it. Laura Sirico, killing it. It's just, man, I'm trying, a whole bunch of Drew Jones, just a whole bunch of women that's killing it, that I see in the space that are like really holding it down, that you should definitely be checking out and checking for. I think that's about it. So yeah, that covers it. A couple of movies that I'm watching, couple of shows that I'm watching, and a big thank you to all of you guys that check me out. Now, my question to you is, is there anything that I should be watching that I didn't list? And it's like, yo, you should be watching this, or you should check this out. Let me know. And while y'all are milling over that, I'm going to just say, once again, super thank you for everyone who watched, everyone who subscribed, everyone who shared, everyone who left a comment, whether you love the Atlanta stuff, whether you love the anime stuff, whether you love the movie reviews, whatever it is, just thanks. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for supporting. A big shout out, lastly, and I shouted out before in part one, is Thought Crimes. Thought Crimes is a huge, huge deal. In their community, everyone who's come from the community and supported me, thank you. Thought Crimes is just great, man. Like they have just been really, really good to me. Can't wait to do some more stuff with them. And I got there's so much stuff that I'm working on that I can't tell you guys about because I don't have approvals yet. But this year I'll probably be doing another segment, or not another segment, another run of like Eastwood Geek. So shout out to Ivana, Dainty Delights by Ivana. You can check her out. She has tons of dope stuff, catering, killing it, all kinds of sweets, and get your sweet tooth and cooking and all that good stuff. Also, a big shout out to just I want to give a big shout out to the Blurred community, especially today, because right now we have We Comic Con, at least I think We Comic Con or Y Comic Con, I'm not sure, but I think it's We Comic Con. I'm gonna go with that, but hashtag We Comic Con, which is WICOMICON, and I want to give a shout out to the Blurred community because something last week happened with Universal Fan Con, and a lot of people were distressed. They felt bad. But today we have an opportunity to turn that around and really have a great time in the name of blurreddom, in the name of comics and anime and video games and all that good stuff. And I just want to send all my love and all my support. Follow the hashtag WICOMO, well, WICO. So WICOMICON, MICON. Yeah, I think. So, guys, follow that hashtag because they made this pop-up convention happen like in a week, basically. And it's really doing its best to fill a spot that hopefully, just hopefully, will be able to bring some electric energy, some great vibes back into the community, because over the last week, due to like the fallout, the Blur community needs a win. So this is for me to all the people in Baltimore, all the people supporting the hashtag, all the people retweeting it. We Comic Con is just, it's so beautiful. I really want you guys to win, from Blurred Girl to Black Heroes Matter to Nerds of Color. All those guys, I really want you guys to win. I want you to have a ball today. I hope you guys are crushing it and killing it. So, guys, from me to you, thank you for the support. I'm going to keep coming with stuff. I got a lot of stuff planned for this fall, a lot of cool stuff to plan for this summer, and I got a couple of things planned for the winter. Not so much, man. It get cold. I don't want to be out and do things. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. The best way you can support, if you are not getting shirts from shop.thatnerdsoul.com, don't fret. If you're like, yo, man, I can't afford a shirt. What you can afford is a click. If your finger can click that mouse, you can click and hit me with a thumbs up. Hit me with a share. The best thing that you can do for me is share me in your timelines, in your feeds. Tell your friends about me. Or tweet at Collider like Cooley High did. Tweet at Collider and be like, yo, we want to see Mike back. You know what I'm saying? We want to see NERDSoul on the show. So, yeah, man. Thank you for so much support. 2 years. Been enjoying it. Been having a good time. Been having a ball. And Avengers is out, so y'all need to go see it like the second or third time. But yeah, so many cool subs, so many great conversations. So glad that I got a chance to meet you guys, and you got a chance to meet me. So now we can kick it and talk about Westworld and talk about Rick and Morty and all that good stuff. So, of course, before I bounce, this is from me to you. First, peace, and of course, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Straight up, yo, be good to each other. Like, if we can't be good to each other, we in trouble. So, of course, before I bounce, much love to Fan Bros, Black Tribbles, Marquita Lestar, Sade Sellers, Thought Crimes, Nerds of Color, Geeks of Color, Black Heroes Matter, all those guys, everybody that's in the space, check them out. They're worth checking out. And Pretty Brown and Nerdy, big shout to them. Everybody that's doing in the space, because the more that we do, the better that we can do. And of course, the more that we're shared and talked about and written about or whatever, the more that we can do for you guys, and we can all talk and chill. So, of course, from me to you, peace and love, and be good to yourselves. Of course, always.